Art is a very powerful form of expression that goes way beyond aesthetics and just colors, becoming a language capable of conveying emotions and shedding light on the humanitarian as well as the social issues. Now, to talk about her artistic journey and how she uses art in order to communicate meaningful messages, we are very pleased today to welcome the Kuwaiti visual artist Ghadah Alkandari. Ghadah, welcome to
thanks
KTV.
For having me. Thank you.
Welcome here and good morning to you.
Good morning.
How's everything?
Good, good.
Glad you're doing it. So now, in your opinion, Ghadah, to what extent can art actually serve as a very effective tool for basically delivering social messages as well as, let's say, creating positive change to the world and how we basically get to see it?
Okay, well, saying words like the world and I don't really think in terms of huge. I just think about my little home, my space. But when you're in your own space, you know that there's going to be a trickle down. So what happens is I use art as the way I express myself, but then you have someone who sees it and then they will talk about it. And then it becomes kind of almost exponential growth, especially with social media now, and Instagram is huge in you know, spreading my particular work. I don't
There's always
use messages. There's always messages, but that's not my purpose. Like I like to do my own little things. I'm more about stories, and then in those stories, people find their own messages.
There we go.
Yeah, there it is. There is a message, but I don't set out to give
of course.
You know
There's
what I mean?
always a way of turning something into, like, let's say, for example, art in itself is always a way of expressing basically emotions out, which is a way to, let's say, deliver messages to the world.
To communicate.
Just like there's so many different types of artists out there who are trying to convey something. It might mean something to them, but when the world sees it, they can actually get to relate to it.
Well, that's part two of it.
Yes.
So part one is you creating, part two is how people perceive it.
Exactly.
Part three is if they want to do anything with it.
Relatable. So is there a particular artwork that is especially very close to your heart and carries a very personal humanitarian message, or let's say just a way of expressing yourself?
My own?
Yes,
well,
something very special to you, very dear to you.
My sketchbooks are dear to me, my journals are very dear to me. My everyday writing helps a lot, and it's very much a coping mechanism for me. Ever since I was little, I would draw to help me feel less lonely. I was very shy. Didn't have many friends because I was shy, so I would use the notebooks and
as
the
an
pens.
outlet.
Not just as an outlet, as creating a world for myself and living in that world and living in a dream outside of my own.
I love how you say that. Actually, I can so relate to that, you know. Sometimes it feels very suffocating to kind of feel alone, especially at a very young age for yourself. And growing to become the kind of a person that you are, an artist, the way that you have become or evolved over the years, you kind of sense how it basically transformed you into something quite much more bigger than you thought it would be.
Well, that part you have to kind of grow up.
Yeah.
Being a mother, I had to grow up. Being an adult, like a biological adult, I had to grow up, but the child remained, and the child is the one who paints, who draws, who creates.
Yeah.
So yeah, we have to grow up.
I think what is so wonderful about how I perceive life to be, let me put it that way, is you always have to tend to your childlike. You always have to tend to it, whether it's through drawings, whether it's through collecting stuff, whether it is whatever makes you happy, you have to keep that child happy. As much as we think that we need to grow up, we're all children at the end of the day.
We are.
At heart.
Yeah. I actually had a show.
Yeah.
That is exactly what you just said. It was a long title. I did it in Cairo, and the show was called At the End of the Day We're All Children.
Yes.
You know?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And sometimes I forget that child, and you get caught up in adult things.
Yeah. Responsibilities.
responsibilities, and then the creativity wanes. So then you're like, oh, it's time to play.
Remind
I haven't
yourself
played for a while.
You're allowing yourself to do that at least once a day.
Yeah.
So how do you actually get to balance the artistic creativity that with the messages actually that you try to convey through your work itself?
It's all
right.
My brain just went
That's okay.
to one thing to another.
All right. So
how do I balance?
Yeah, how do you get to balance those things?
It just balances itself out. Some
That was
days,
quite simple.
It does, because in a nutshell it does, because on days where for me right now, art is also a means of creating like it's kind of a breadwinner as well.
Yeah.
So there's times where I'm commissioned to do a painting, but I don't feel like doing that painting.
Sometimes you're forced to do it?
But I'd rather vacuum, for example.
Okay.
And if you look at the whole week, it will balance itself out. It's really, I have the privilege of being able, I don't have a 9 to 5, so I have the privilege of going with my mood and what I feel like doing. The only thing that I cannot compromise on was raising my children, and now being with my grandson. So those are the things where I have to grow up a little and be the adult.
That must mean a lot to you.
Yes,
absolutely. And how did it actually get to affect the way that you see your art through, like seeing your children? Did it change actually anything? I feel like having children around you definitely does change a lot of how you get to create as an artist.
Well, I would create with them. So they would create. I have 3 children. They all draw.
God bless
they
them.
all they all have their own styles. It's not what they do primarily, but it's just part of their upbringing.
Yeah.
So, and then after a while, you see that, and it gives you a lot of pride to see how beautiful their work is as well.
Absolutely. Like I've seen that because I've dealt with it as a child. My mom used to paint a lot while I was growing up, so watching her do the things that she loves to do was kind of mesmerizing. So when your children looks back at the time where you're doing the things that you do, especially with love, they kind of remember it in such a beautiful way. It's either they become like you in a way, like they want to create and want to keep doing it, or they use it as an outlet, like you said yourself. It's either, which is a quite beautiful thing. Could you basically tell us about your latest exhibitions or any artistic projects and the ideas?
Yeah, well, my latest exhibition is actually quite, it was in January, I think, in Bahrain. And that was, or February, January, February. And it was basically, my dad passed away in December.
I'm so sorry for your loss.
But my grandson was born at the same time, and it's very emotional for me. So it was seeing a birth and a death happen at the same time.
Wow. Okay.
So the show is called Maryam's Sons, Awlad Maryam, and because both my dad and my grandson Walid, their moms are Maryam. So basically it helped me cope with one thing, but also the wonder of a life leaving us and a life coming into this world. So that was the last exhibition I did, and it puts in a nutshell how I work, how my work is autobiographical, how it is a coping mechanism, and how it helps me make sense of the world around me.
Absolutely.
It's very individualistic. I don't really deal much with world affairs, or that's beyond me. It's very much just me in my own little world. And me coping, and then this is the byproduct of
I love that.
Me coping with life.
I absolutely adore that. Ghadah Alkandari, thank you so much for giving us a part of your story and being vulnerable with us. It's such a pleasure to have you here with us.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Now, all thanks to Ghadah Alkandari, the artist. How about this? We go for this report on the broccoli, which may actually seem like just another healthy vegetable on our plate itself. But behind it lies an agricultural journey that actually begins with tiny seeds, ends with remarkable nutritional benefits. How about we go for this, and we'll be right back.